This segment of My Tech Life TV is brought to you by Courtesy Chevrolet. Since 1955, Courtesy Chevrolet has been committed to excellence. Head down to 12th Street and Camelback in Phoenix to test drive the all-new Volt or any other Chevy vehicle.
For a while, Chevy said that they were the heartbeat of America. But increasing pressure from foreign automakers and the rise of gas and oil prices threatened to stop the heartbeat altogether. As sales of GM vehicles declined, U.S. automakers got together and decided to talk about changes. Increase in fuel economy, sleeker design, higher grade materials. So what happens when a group of designers and engineers with everything to lose get together and say, why not? You get this. The all-new 2011 Chevy Volt. So hop in. Let's take a ride here on My Tech Life TV. The ride in the Chevy Volt is surprisingly smooth, especially on battery power. From a vehicle that comes from Chevy that's known for serious amounts of horsepower, the quietness of the ride and also smoothness is very surprising. A lot of high-end materials in the vehicle. Our model came with leather seats and a leather-wrapped steering wheel, HD navigation screen, and DVD player on the 7-inch touchscreen. The air conditioner, of course, blows great, and one of the great things about this car that I found out is when you're connected via Bluetooth on the phone, whenever you receive or make a call, not only does the stereo get quiet, but the fan also gets quiet as well. I thought that was kind of cool. The digital readout just above the steering wheel gives you all the necessary information that you'll need for taking your trip. How much battery power you have left, how much gas you have left. This is an electric and gas car. The big difference between this and, say, a Toyota Prius is while the Prius runs on gas and battery at the same time, the Chevy Volt uses its battery reserve completely before moving on to gas. You definitely get a lot of looks in this car. Its design and shape is really unlike anything that's on the road right now. It's sleek, it's sexy, and knowing that it comes from a US automaker makes it even better. It's got steering wheel mounted controls for your phone, as well as the radio, and setting cruise control. The console is intuitive and easy to use. Our model for this test came with a color-matched console and heads-up screen above the steering wheel. That is an add-on option with Chevy. Most of them come in a black, ours came in a white. But all of the controls are touch-sensitive, so I'm able to touch and find information about what's playing on my iPod or what's playing on the included XM radio. I'm able to change songs, I'm able to change the air conditioning controls, all at the touch of a panel instead of a button. One thing I did find kind of annoying and a little cumbersome was that my hands are kind of big and I would accidentally touch buttons I didn't mean to touch because everything is so touch sensitive. There's plenty of room in the car. I'm a 6-foot individual and I have the seat about 3/4 of the way back, and even I feel like I'm kind of far away from the steering wheel. The seat comes back another 5 to 6 inches easily, so should accommodate slightly larger people in this vehicle. The back seat, it's got dual bucket seats in the back with cup holders, which is really, really great. Plus the trunk space is absolutely astronomically large. You could easily fit a day's worth of shopping and groceries in the back of the Chevy Volt. One thing that's also interesting is because this car is primarily used as a battery-powered car, it is super, super quiet. And one thing Chevy built in was the ability to, whenever you turn the turn signal on, it beeps the horn real quickly and at about half the decibel level of the normal horn, just to alert pedestrians that you're kind of creeping around corners because it is that quiet. We're currently running on battery power and it is whisper quiet. It is amazingly, amazingly quiet. The Chevy Volt is quick. Make no bones about it, Chevy definitely put some horsepower under the hood of this thing. And you're not going to win a whole lot of races with it. You will surprise quite a few people off the line in it. I was able to get up to 80 miles an hour on battery power pretty darn quickly. And weaving in and out of traffic is a breeze. The suspension on this thing is stiff, but not too stiff. It handles well in and out of turns and in and out of corners, especially in the roundabouts here in the area that we're driving. I'm able to maneuver those with ease without much pull or resistance from the steering wheel or the car itself. The fuel economy in the Chevy Volt is absolutely amazing. I had it for an entire day and drove it for 150 miles, actually just over 150 miles. And the digital readout just above the steering wheel will actually tell you how much battery power you're using versus how much gas you're using. And throughout the entire day of going 150 miles, I only used 4.5 gallons of gas, which with the price of gas nowadays is absolutely amazing that I can go an entire day's worth of driving on just 4.5 gallons of gas. A lot like the Prius, the Chevy Volt recharges whenever you're braking or whenever you're coasting. So the digital readout, where the navigation screen is, will actually give you a nice little visual as to whether your car is charging the battery or whether you're using the engine or whether you're using nothing but battery power. Also, just above the steering wheel, there is a nice little bubble that you want to try to keep right in the middle of the scale. And when you do, you get these little leaves that rotate around and around to let you know that you're running at the most fuel efficient and economical way. Visibility in the Chevy Volt is good. The mirrors on the side are a little bit small for my taste. I'd like to see them a little bit bigger. And visibility out the back is about what you would expect from this car. The sloped rear windshield sometimes hinders your visibility in some situations, and the crossbar right across the middle of the car hinders that as well. But overall, it does provide good rear visibility and good side visibility from the mirrors. It's definitely a car that you will be seen in. People will take notice of you in this car, and that'll help a lot. Getting up and moving in the Volt is not a problem. Chevy's built-in 150 horsepower, 273 pound-feet of torque electric drive engine, in addition to the inline-4 80 horsepower premium fuel engine, gas engine. That was one downside to the Volt, is that it does require premium fuel. I figured if you're trying to save some money at the pump, requiring premium fuel wasn't a great idea, but it was definitely understandable. Let's take a look at the Volt's charger. In the very spacious trunk, just underneath this flap, is the charger, as well as a tire inflator that Chevy gives to you included with every Volt. It's real easy to plug it in on the side of the car. There is this charging mechanism. You plug it right into the side of your car, and then the other end goes into any standard electrical outlet that you've got in your garage. The Chevy Volt is an amazing vehicle. And as long as the US automakers can keep up this level of twisted steel and sex appeal, there's only one way for them to go. I'm Warren Jones with My Tech Life TV, and we'll see you here next time.